Poverty at home, business class abroad. Ministers rack up nearly 450 million rand in travel costs. Globally, diplomacy is being hinted at in Iran, but the threat of US military action hasn't gone away. And back home, as Matric pupils wait anxiously for their results, we're celebrating top achievers who push through difficult circumstances to succeed.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
And starting 2026 with good news, Goldman Sachs says the rand could continue to strengthen as financial conditions improve. The currency ended 2025 nearly 13% stronger against the US dollar, one of its best recent performances. Also riding high are South Africa's top Matric achievers. Many of them prove that tough circumstances don't cancel big ambitions. Some of the country's brightest pupils say they're heading into STEM fields, that's science, technology, engineering, maths, as well as accounting.
The electricity crisis we face in Mother World sometimes tends to disturb my learning, and I would get interfered in a sense of if I wanted to do something like late at night, but I can't do it because there's no electricity, and unfortunately I don't have like those battery lights or even like paraffin lamps, so just sleep when electricity goes out.
A pass rate of just over 98% has been recorded among private school pupils who wrote the Matric exams through the Independent Examinations Board. Nationally, more than 920,000 pupils wrote the 2025 National Senior Certificate exams, making it one of the largest Matric cohorts to date. The full national Matric results will be announced this evening. While South Africa applauded its top Matric achievers, another national reckoning is gearing up behind the scenes. The Madlanga Commission of Inquiry will resume public hearings on the 26th of January, entering a critical second phase. Those implicated in earlier testimony will now get their turn to respond, including KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. Senior police figures expected to testify include suspended Deputy National Commissioner Shadrack Sabia, organised crime head Richard Shabiri, and KZN Hawks boss Lesetja Senona. While poverty deepens across the country, Cabinet racks up a 450 million rand overseas travel bill. Action SA says government ministers have spent almost 450 million rand on international travel in just 18 months. The party's calculations show several ministers have outspent even the president, with Human Settlements Minister Thembi Simelane and Water and Sanitation Minister Phemi Majodina among the top spenders. Minister in the presidency, Kombutso Ntshavheni, has refused to disclose her travel costs. Action SA says the figures strengthen its push to curb ministerial perks and scrap deputy minister posts. Among the examples flagged, more than 2 million for 3 nights in New York by Trade Minister Parks Tau, and nearly 4 million rand spent by Health Minister Aaron Matsoleri on trips to New York and Brazil.
It is clear that this bloated cabinet of the GNU is travelling further, more often, and in more luxury. This level of luxury spending and a luxury lifestyle of the executive is outrageous and immoral.
Fire after fire, the Western Cape's brutal blaze season is racking up millions in damage and shattering lives. Over the past week, fires have torn through Franschhoek, the Overstrand around Pearly Beach and Stanford, and parts of Mossel Bay. At least 90,000 hectares have burned, with firefighters working hard as strong winds and dry conditions fuel flare-ups.
We've got huge fire bills to pay, we've got vet bills to pay. Our whole source of income has been cut down. We can't do any tourism, we can't get any volunteers. So literally from Wednesday to Thursday, we lost all our income.
In Stanford, the Panthera Africa Big Cat Sanctuary says it has lost all means of generating income after the fire destroyed the sanctuary. Its solar-powered infrastructure and electric fencing were badly damaged, bringing tourism and volunteer programs to a halt. The sanctuary had to move 26 predators in near zero visibility. One tiger died, while a lioness and another tiger suffered minor burns. Evacuations are underway at parts of the Kruger National Park as severe weather conditions continues in Limpopo and Mpumalanga. The South African Weather Service has upgraded its warning to an orange level 9 for disruptive rain. Sandpark says some visitors, especially those in bush camps and tents, have been moved to safer chalet accommodation.
Those in caravans and motorhomes will be requested to relocate closer to chalet areas within camps, but will not be moved to the chalets. Furthermore, visitors are advised not to remain in designated camping areas that may be vulnerable to flooding. Park staff will provide guidance on site to ensure guest safety.
The DA in the National Council of Provinces is again calling for police body-worn cameras, saying they are urgently needed to protect officers and the public. This follows deadly police shootouts in KwaZulu-Natal, where at least 8 suspected criminals have been killed since the start of the year. The DA says without body cameras, there's no transparency around claims that suspects fired first.
Whenever there's these engagements, we are informed that the suspect had shot first. Now, that is not verifiable in our view, and therefore there is a need to ensure that the information that is supplied is accompanied by also a footage.
President Cyril Ramaphosa is in the United Arab Emirates meeting business leaders, part of a fresh investment drive. The talks are happening alongside Abu Dhabi's Sustainability Week, which brings together heads of state, industry and civil society. The UAE remains a major investor in South Africa, especially in transport, logistics and renewable energy. Trade between the two countries topped $5 billion last year. Exports from South Africa rose, while imports from the UAE fell. And will the US attack Iran? That's the question after Donald Trump said Iran's leadership has reached out to negotiate, while warning military action is still an option. Iran says it's ready for both war and talks. Iran's foreign minister insists Tehran is not seeking conflict, but is fully prepared for it. This comes during nationwide protests in Iran, an ongoing internet blackout, and reports that at least 192 protesters have been killed. Trump claims talks are possible, but says the US may act before any meeting happens. I know it's already well into 2026, but we're wishing you a very good year.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.